Travis used to call me Mott, because that's Tom backwards. Mott Hesser, but he was Elram Seibert. And he always approached everything from the back. Write your ending of a song first, because then you know where you're going, and you can take people right down where you can tell them anything you want in a story or in a song, because you know where you're going, but they don't. So always write your ending first. And Travis always would attack things from the end. And I got that, and I always watched him play, and he always had his thumb over the neck. And I'd see other people play like a G chord like this, and others would play it like this. I said, how come you don't use those bar chords, Travis? He says, there's no room for bar chords because you can't play behind the bar. So there's no reason. This has the same notes as this. It's the same exact notes being held down. But now you can go. Can't do that, Drew. You can't do it. So he says, you got to do that. As a matter of fact, I got a bunch of different chords. Some of them I made up, and some of them just sound fuller. And I said, like what? He says, my favorite chord on the guitar is this one right here. That's on the D string, on the 11th fret. Just hold that down. He says, that's a beautiful chord, isn't it? You hit all of them on there. And he says, then you got your blues chords that I learned from the black folks that worked around the coal mines, but they were down the track about a quarter of a mile in those days. And he said, I used to go there. They liked me. Hey, let little old Travis come in here. And they'd be singing, playing. And I learned a bunch of them chords from those black folks. Like, instead of playing a C7th like this, I play it this way. Same notes, but... and hit these two notes at the same time. It's more power. Like you can be playing in the key E, for instance. You can do this, like check. Travis didn't do it. He did that foot patting in 4, and he go. Those chords, though, this is just a B9 like this. But this chord here, like a old-fashioned D7th, but Travis would add the 9th. Try it. I mean, you'll get used to it, but it'll be weird trying to hold. You're holding the 4th string down and the 3rd string down with one finger. Then this, and then putting the F sharp on the bottom. That's 2, 3. That's the 3rd on the bottom. And here's another chord that Travis used all the time. That's just an E7th. If you take it down to D, where you see it. Doing, and then the bottom, because there is no low D, so you can't, unless you want to tune down, but you can't do that in the middle of a song. So there's that big fat chord. He used this in all his songs. I'll show you a lick that he would do a lot of times. If whatever key it was going to be in, that's how he would do it. But going in the key of E, check this out. You're just using this one chord. See where it is, do you? And Travis would do things like this. It's just the same chord. I said, what are those chords? It's this E7. And this is some kind of a diminished, I think, and then this is D7. some other kind of diminished, and then regular old E. I said, oh, okay, that's kind of how I wound up learning to talk music. Oh, it's like this, but it's not. It's just so it doesn't make any difference. And he had these, everything was boom chuck, boom chuck, boom chuck. Even when he was doing these rolls and stuff like, boom, boom chuck, even though it's up high, boom chuck, never lets up. Just a bar here on the, and then, so, just a gallop sort of a thing with that boom chuck, no matter where it is. The thumb never lets up, ever. Just like it just goes, and the more feel you can get into that thumb, the rest of it flows. It's all in that feel, and that feel comes from the thumb. Don't ever let it stop unless there's a break. Then take it right up again. We just made that up. We'll call it our song. So that's kind of what Travis was doing. He did a thing. Boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck. It's doing that even there. So that's all you got to do. Make it feel good and don't let that thumb stop for a second.